Alright guys, so coming at you from the early morning since I was unable to get Game 5 finished yesterday. So we have Game number 5 between EGIdra and Dignitas Select. I really hope he's still in Dignitas, otherwise I kind of sound like a jerk. So this map is Shakura's Plateau with cross spawns, so I expect there to be quite a long macro game. And we'll see if Select is able to kind of improve upon his econ macro from last game, in which he was largely unable to get off the 3 bases he had. EGIdra had him really well contained and was able to take over the map, essentially. So we'll see how that plays out, what sort of builds they want to do. Alright, so Barracks going down for Select. All normal, all normal. No early spawning pool from EGIdra, so I expect him, there he goes, to head out and get that quick natural. Of course, hatch first. Pretty typical for EGIdra, but especially on a map of this size. Here comes out Select's Scout, getting his normal gas timing. So everything looks pretty standard there for him. Spawning pool dropping down for EGIdra, and Select Scout going out the wrong way. But at least since this is MLG, I mean, he knows that he's not going to be here. Excuse me, I'm still kind of waking up. Anyway, Scout getting in, going to see the hatchery. Spawning pool's not quite yet done, so he should be able to get his Scout out. See, you know, what I would expect he expected to see. And here comes the bunker play. Sees the Overlord, so he leaves. And drops down the bunker. I don't think he sees it. No, he was going to try, but these drones were not having anything to do with it. They couldn't see it, but they had a feeling. So they came out a little preemptively, forcing these Marines to retreat back and into the standard reactor to Hellion build. And as his reaction, EGIdra's got 8 lings on the field, which I'm a little bit surprised about, since he likes to sit back and drone. So I guess in that regard, it was something of a victory for Select to be able to force that many wings. He's got this guy hidden over here in case he needs to do some checking on that third timing. He's trying to get his natural up and running as a reaction to EGIdra, but he's going to have to deal with these 8 lings first, and he might be able to force a cancel. He gets the cancel. EGIdra with a huge force play there, barely even closing these off. Gets a cancel, gets 2 Marines, and will probably get the SCV too. So he has to build the command center inside his base now. So that's a pretty huge advantage for EGIdra. And also seeing the reactor to Hellion build opening, dropping down the spine crawler. He has 2 queens at his natural, 1 up here at his main. Going to be able to put down any sort of run by action that Select might try. Should be seeing fast stim coming from Select, and then a couple extra racks going down if he does the build as it's typically seen. EGIdra will see these Hellions coming in, but I don't really think they're going to be able to do much. And Select wisely doesn't try and go up the ramp. The reactor Hellion is a great opening, don't get me wrong. It's just hard to do on like a tight ramp like this, because one spine crawl and a queen pretty much lock it down. I also like how EGIdra's, I mean, it could be dangerous, but only using these Zerglings on the ramp as opposed to a queen, so able to continue to drop creep tumors continue to do his inject on the right timing at both bases. A 5th Hellion is out. Speed is now on the way, as well as Stim. So Select gets a little bit more Hellions that I'm kind of used to seeing, to be honest, in this build. Quick layer going up for EGIdra, so probably going to be rapidly getting his Hellion timing in here. I mean, not Hellion, Mutalisks out, and really working on getting some great Overlord spread already. He's got one back here observing this. He's got some back here trying to pick up different medevac flight type pathways. And all this while, I totally made a mistake. Select got his 3rd up in his main. So he has 3 CCs, just converted it to an orbital. So he's going to be able to get a lot of mules and extra SCVs for his natural to quickly saturate that. If you look at the drone count now, he's down by 12. So hopefully he'll be able to really catch that up and even it out. Spire's going down here. +1 melee as well. Layer is done. Hatchery is, his macro hatch is almost done as well. I like the placement of these hatcheries by EGIdra. His creep spread's getting pretty good. He's looking for connectivity to his 3rd, so he's able to put that down. But much like Select, the whole purpose of that SCV was to see when that was going down. But EGIdra says, oh well, I'll just go take it up here at the higher point. Good luck killing it with Hellions, but considering there's no creep, considering his army's moving across the field, he is going to force the cancel on the hatchery. So Select says, you force a cancel on me? Well, I force a cancel on you. And his counterattack will come to nothing with Marines and tanks holding it down. Spire's just about finished, and EGIdra's banked a significant money, so it should be 7 or 8 Mutalisks on the way as soon as that finishes. No? 8 Lings instead? +1 flyer there to the 8 Mutalisks. Still working on his creep sped. Going to probably put the 3rd back here. Yeah. Starport is out, and the Overlords are just hiding out at the best places. And the creep is really getting pretty beastie. He's got 1, 2, 3 over this way. He's got 3 for this southern route. 20 more Lings on the way. 2nd Evo chamber getting close to popping. And another factory going down with what is this? Siege mode about to finish. Here come the 8 Mutalisks to the top to do some harassment. +2 melee weapons just started for EGIdra, as well as a 4th base in the top left-hand corner. Forces the stim out, drops down the depots pretty wisely, able to deflect this. +1 on the way in the 1st engineering way, and +1 defense. These 8 Mutalisks are a little bit cornered, but they move so quickly, they're going to be able to just fake out and get out without a scratch. That's pretty good play there. 3rd base is finally up, injected and ready to go, connecting the creep right about now. Mutalisk coming in for a little harass on these add-ons. Forces the cancel on the reactor. Lots of Marines and tanks and Hellions over here at the base. And supplies are pretty close. So Select's not doing too bad, but he's got to be really worried about the fact that his 3rd base is still sitting here. That his saturation on his natural is, well, it's oversaturated. So he needs to want to be... Oh, Mutalisk coming in here. Got 14 of them with +1 attack. +1 carapace also on the way, as well as 32 Lings. And much like last game, He is getting Thors from his armory to try and deal with this large Mutalisk flock, who are going to be able to pick off a medic. No! He makes it out of there with 24 health. But now he's up to 16 Mutalisks, each with +1. And his Baneling production has begun. So this is going to start to become a really scary army. His creep spread's getting really fantastic. He's almost at the midway point with creep. Couple lings scouting for that third, so he doesn't know that this is up just yet, but he probably has an inkling that since this one isn't, this one must be. Here's a lone Viking out of range of these 16 mutas coming in. Baneling speed on the way for EGIdra. He's almost maxed out, so those supplies that were close are no longer close. Up just over 30 supply and climbing, but he was able to get a Mutalisk or two. He got 2, 3 out of that, so that's pretty good. And he hides his Viking over here. Bringing in reinforcements to deal with this base. Gonna be able to get a couple drones, but he's chased off. And there's these up here guarding that. These down here guarding this. And this is really a power of Zerg. They're able to force a maxed out army, and he's able to keep you hiding in your base because those mutas will come and punish you for moving out. Thor coming, and a 4th base over here, as well as 3 barracks. I like that. I mean, maybe if he was building like kind of a wall, I might like that even more or something. But it's good nonetheless to get more production facilities. I find that's a problem that myself and I'm assuming other Terrans have, is that you get on your couple racks, you get going, and then you just don't build enough racks to deal with how much economy you have. Alright, looks like Select might be looking for a move out while EGIdra's 5th base is going. +2/+2 started for Select. Gets a good siege. Needs to spread these tanks out a little bit. And maybe bring in some of his reinforcing Marines. I mean, I realize it's great that he didn't listen to me, because so many Mutalisks there, and these guys are stemmed to death. So he is able to force the retreat. Really well done here by the Mutalisks, staying active on the map. Picking off a lot of drones. He's going to get pretty much all these Marines if he wants them. And he's going for it because there's no medics. They're all pretty much stemmed to death. And he does it with some losses. Don't get me wrong, but now he's back up to 30 supply over his opponent, who just got his 5th base basically finished. So EGIdra looks to be taking a pretty significant lead here, if you ask me. The Marines in the middle of the map are really low. I mean, mutas could even come and harass that, but with Thor coming, that could slow down any sort of main army harass, trying to get some tanks. And here come the Marines, getting a nice tank spread, nice-ish, to kind of guard all of his bases at once. Gonna go kill these lings who are slowing down his next base. While he does that, more mutas coming into the main, able to deflect them with relative ease, but he has to deal with this large army of 2-1 lings. All the while, this base is not super healthy. He could use it to transfer some of his drones from maybe this one. And Greater Spire coming, +2 Carapace, +3 attacks. So we're going to see some beefy ass Zerglings coming in to fight, and also harassing this. Select just cannot deal with how much harass is coming out of EGIdra. He's got the Mutalisk coming in, he's got lings all the time. He needs something maybe to lock this down, but Select has the Xel'Naga tower, so he's able to see what's going on. If you look, he pretty much sees 90% of the map, right? Not 90%, but a huge percent. Here comes a big push, able to be repelled. The mutas take a lot of Thor hits. The tanks get up a couple shots on the Zerglings, so he's going to push up, feeling pretty comfortable here, cleaning up the Xel'Naga, cleaning up a lot of that good creep spread from EGIdra.